Our meteorologists have been warning us about the risk of flash flooding this week, and tonight the bottom fell out. Take a look at the conditions drivers in Chapel Hill had to deal with this evening, with water overtaking several roads. This was video sent in to us by a viewer. The water coming down so hard it flooded storm drains. And it proved all too much for this driver who crashed into a creek and had to be pulled out by a tow truck. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Gerald Owens.
And I'm Ashley Rowe. Take a look at this. This is rain pouring over our TV station on Western Boulevard in Raleigh. This was just after 7 this evening. But then, right on cue, a rainbow appeared as the rain moved out, bringing with it drier weather for the weekend. WRAL's Willie Danley joins us now live in Chapel Hill with the breaking news tracker. Willie, some major flooding over at Umstead Park.
Ashley, I've been out here at Umstead Park for a few hours, and let me tell you, earlier this evening, I was literally ankle deep in water. This entire walkway turned into a river, and people out here tell me that it happens all too often.
A gully washer. We had about 45 minutes of pretty heavy rain, so obviously it's got to go somewhere.
Heavy rain and flash flooding hitting parts of Orange and Durham County's heart this afternoon. Rob Crook has lived near Umstead Park in Chapel Hill for years. He tells me the flooding has gotten more intense over time.
Go up there about 300 yards. There's a couple of houses up there that are really, their back decks are underwater. And quite often down in the malls down at the bottom of Franklin Street, they get flooded out when it's like this too.
And the trouble spots weren't just limited to the roads. Over at the ballpark, the Durham Bulls game was delayed due to the downpour. And in Raleigh, the rain came fast and furious. Just look at this footage taken from the WRAL tower cam. Flash flooding on narrow streets has long been hazardous for drivers here in Chapel Hill. Look at this car that slid into a creek on Village Drive. The officer on scene told me the driver lost control. Chapel Hill resident Mark Benson says he's witnessed firsthand cars get stuck in the floodwaters.
There was a couple of cars on Franklin Street that I think got flooded out, and the Chapel Hill police were on it pretty quickly.
Crook says people living nearby may not be so lucky next time.
This is just going to keep happening over and over and over and probably get worse and affect more and more property and probably affect property values.
Now that the rain has stopped, I'm told it takes a few hours for this water to recede. Then people can begin cleaning up anything that was swept away and reclaim this walkway. Reporting live in Chapel Hill, Willie Danley, WRAL News.
Willie Danley, thank you for your reporting and welcome to the team.